Suddenly, yellow raindrops began falling from the sky. Not only did they feel sticky to the touch, but they also carried a peculiar scent, like coconut milk mixed with jam. This made me feel as though the end of the world was approaching. I resolved to build an underground shelter to protect my family when doomsday arrived. Just 3 days ago, while working at the construction site, I heard a loud clap of thunder. When I looked up, the sky was filled with flocks of crows. Strangely, I was the only one who noticed this peculiar sight. My co-workers neither saw the crows nor heard the thunder. After that, I began having nightmares about storms. As time passed, my mental state deteriorated. I grew increasingly convinced the apocalypse was imminent. After preparing, I decided to convert the backyard cellar into a shelter. After some rough calculations, I realized the project would cost over $60,000. Knowing I couldn't convince my wife, I resolved to keep it secret and save for the project. When I returned home, I saw my daughter staring at a mysterious figure outside the window. Disturbed, I quickly scooped her up and moved away. But the figure didn't leave. Instead, it began pounding on the door so hard the entire house shook. The next moment, something bizarre happened. All the furniture in the house began floating mid-air. I struggled awake, realizing it was just another nightmare. Seeing the wet spot on the bed, I knew I couldn't wait any longer. I immediately decided to start building the shelter. The next day, I secretly took out a loan without my wife knowing and went to the hardware store to buy gas masks. Then I took my daughter to the supermarket to stockpile non-perishable food. To avoid my wife's suspicion, I stored everything in the shelter. By the weekend, I bribed a colleague to drive an excavator into my backyard. We dug a 30-foot deep pit beside the cellar and lowered a shipping container into it. Just then, my wife returned home. She was furious upon seeing my actions, convinced I was acting recklessly. I didn't explain further. No one would believe me anyway. That night, I suddenly began convulsing violently. My wife woke with a start and rushed to call for help, but I endured the agony and stopped her. To spare her worry, I confessed everything I'd seen in my dreams to her in full detail. I didn't know if I was losing my mind or if the end was truly near, but my only duty was to protect my family. Then one day, I saw my daughter run into the middle of the road. I rushed to grab her. Suddenly, a swarm of bats charged toward us. Another nightmare. This time, though, I wasn't startled awake. My wife shook me awake, because the storm had truly arrived.